Well, if you look on the red agenda that you see, we have now a video clip. If you're looking at the old agenda, you think you're going to hear from me. So you're not going to hear from me until tomorrow morning. It's my honor to introduce a video message from the U.S. Department of Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke. He had originally planned to do a live video feed with us and very much wanted to be here in person. I wanted to give you a little bit of background about him before we see the video message on that. Incredibly interesting person and his personal history. He wrote a book called American Commander about his experience being a Navy SEAL and his life's career. I've had the honor of meeting with him 3 times since he's been confirmed as Secretary of Interior. And I have to tell you, he's a very direct person, has a very strong interest in Alaska, a strong interest in building a strong working relationship with the Native people in Alaska, and I would describe the relationship as very good. So at this time, I would like to call up the video message on that, and then afterwards I have some comments and want to reintroduce to you a special person that has been nominated for Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs. But have the Secretary give his message first, and then we will call up Tara Sweeney. Thank you.
To the Alaskan Federation Natives, good morning. I'm honored to receive the invitation to join you today, but unfortunately I'm at a family funeral, and so a live stream wasn't possible. You know, it was great to see some of you during my trip to Alaska over the summer, and I learned a lot. As I said then, sovereignty has to mean something. President Trump and I are dedicated to restoring trust in the federal government and across Native communities. Government-to-government consultation is critical to this objective, and that's exactly what we're doing. Part of it is putting leaders in place that understand Alaska Native issues. President Trump just announced Tara Sweeney as my Assistant Secretary of Indian Affairs. As you know, Tara Sweeney served in the Alaskan Federation of Natives Board, and I'm proud that we are nominating the first ever Alaskan Native to any Senate-confirmed position. She knows the key to unlocking economic potential of tribal and Native communities is regulatory reform, and we are streamlining our operations. This includes everything from the permitting processes for development to the cleanup of contaminated lands. At the same time, we've seen organizations like AFN take the initiative on their own. One example of this is the Alaskan Food Security and Emergency Preparedness Task Force. And my team will actively participate in this process, and I look forward to the task force's recommendations. Under the Trump administration, Alaska has scored major victories. From the personnel side, along with Tara's nomination, we reinstated the Senior Advisor for Alaskan Affairs. We've also nominated Joe Balish, another Alaskan, to be our Assistant Secretary for Lands and Mineral Management. On the policy side, we're protecting your right to sell walrus ivory as a handicraft. We understand that walrus ivory is different from banned African elephant ivory, and it's important to make that distinction. You know, oftentimes, one-size-fits-all policies just don't work. In addition, new Fish and Wildlife Service regulations are restoring your right to sell authentic Alaskan Native handicrafts that incorporate migratory bird parts. Well, you know, Alaska just celebrated 150 years as part of the United States. And Alaskan Natives and Alaskan Native veterans have made great contributions to the state and our great nation. And one major issue right now is the land allotments. No Native Alaskan veteran should lose their land because they were promised, in fact, to have their land made available to them when they returned. This deserves to be fixed, and it's a personal priority of mine. I look forward to Tara's speedy confirmation as Assistant Secretary of Indian Affairs, and I'm honored to work with each of you for a better Alaska and to better serve the Alaskan Native people. Thank you, and may God bless the great state of Alaska and all who serve our country.